Hi, everyone. It was really great to have a chance to meet you all yesterday. Just as a reminder, we have guides, and there's a guide for your class. If I click on guides, and I can type in either the professor's first or last name, and I can then get to the guide. And just to remind you, the guide itself has a list of some databases you might want to explore that I can also help you with. I also have a link here for some search strategies, things I went over during this session. And there's also a link to your Google document that includes some ideas for a starting point of places you might want to consider keyword wise for searching for your research topics. I'm going to open up another tab, go to the library's homepage, and click on databases. And here's our A to Z list. And what I had demoed yesterday was I had searched all of the EBSCO research libraries together. And so this includes CINAHL and Medline and ERIC, but you might find that you're getting too much information this way, and so perhaps you'd rather just search Medline or CINAHL as an example, those two being the core biomedical databases. In any case, the topic that I was searching yesterday had to do with aphasia. And so if you can remember typing in or, it'll start to give us some other terms, similar terms that we might want to use to include in our search. And you might also remember if I took away the A at the end of these two terms and put it in asterisks there, it'll search for aphasia, aphasic, any endings that can come up. And it's just a way to broaden your search a little bit. So it searches the different keyword variations. Now, I was also searching for patients who had had a stroke. So stroke or, and again, typing in or, it'll give me all of those terms, different ways to describe a stroke. So I'm going to grab all of those there. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but if I do, if I put the cerebral vascular accident in quotations, just another strategy where it'll make sure that those terms are always nested together in that exact order. And you can do that with any phrases in your search, and it will just make things a little more precise. Yeah, so that's another strategy that you could always use. So there's this strategy for the endings, and then if you have a phrase, you can put them in quotations. And so the next topic that I was interested in was the use of images or pictures. So if I type in images or, and it's going to give me some terms that I might want to consider using. And I had taken out information in this case and just search visual cues, visual, just different ways to use the term visual. I thought would be broader than saying visual information. And I can do photo and truncate that with the asterisks for photo, photos, photography, all of that. And same thing here, I can get rid of the S and do picture or pictures, image or images, things like that. Okay, so now I'm going to search. We're going to get a lot of results, but that's okay because we'll just keep on narrowing them down using some of the filters such as scholarly, peer-reviewed. We want those peer-reviewed journal articles, not articles from just magazines. Let's say 2015 to 2020. So we are getting fewer results. And then I had highlighted the different filters that you might want to consider using. The three that I like a lot are the title, abstract, and the subject terms. Those are the three that you can, change however, use them however you want, and see how they, and see what happens to your search terms. So using title is the most restrictive. Abstract is broader. Subject terms are kind of, it depends actually. Subject terms are kind of funny. It can either really broaden things or really narrow things, but in any case, they're really useful. It's another really useful filter. So looking at the searches here, the article is in the results. If I click on this article here, word finding and confrontation naming, I am given a list of all the authors. This article is ahead of print, and it's from this journal here, the Clinical Neuropsychologist from 2020 in September. Here's the abstract that describes the article. There are no subject terms. Those are sort of like the hashtagged terms that the database gives to every article because it's so new. But that's okay. I had mentioned how there's a citation generator in all of our databases, but you need to be careful because it often includes errors. And I had also mentioned not to ever grab the URL from up here. Make sure you're using the permalink. That's the link that'll last permanently, whereas this link up here in the browser will expire after a period of time. Over here is a Get It link. Clicking on this will do one of two things. It'll either take us to a page where we would need to order it through interlibrary loan, which is a great service, and you'll get access to the full text of that article very quickly through interlibrary loan. Push that aside. Going back to the list of results, I just also wanted to point out that there are definitely cases where you'll see the PDF, and that's great. You'll be able to get access to that article very quickly. And then we also have instances where clicking on the Get It link will actually take us to the full text of the article. So let's see what happens if I click on this article here, a cognitive psychometric model. I like to look at the full record, and here again are those terms. Those are the subject terms that describe the article, and sometimes there are author-supplied keywords, and these can be really helpful to look at, to get ideas for other terms that you might want to include in your search. And here's the abstract. Clicking on the Get It link in this instance, I believe will take us to a page where we can then get to the PDF or the full text of the article, and it's taking some time here. So I'll just click refresh maybe. But yeah, this takes us to a page where we can then get to the actual full text of the article. Definitely reach out to me if you have any questions about searching the databases. There are lots of databases that we didn't explore. So give me a shout. My email is lkuo@ithaca.edu. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye.